You guys gotta watch 86. Like, right fucking now. At my ripe old age of 21, in a couple days, I'm currently going through that phase of where it's hard to currently find anime to watch and enjoy. Like, I remember back in the days, I used to be able to zoom through like 12 episode animes within a week. And now I'm struggling to get through Soul Eater, like it's actually pretty hard. And although that's life, and it's kinda good that I'm going out of anime, I do miss when I actually got hooked on anime. And I feel like the main culprit of why I struggle to enjoy most anime now is because I've watched Attack on Titan, and nothing can ever top Attack on Titan. Anyways, it was a random Wednesday night when I was like, shit, I kinda wanna binge an anime right now. So I scrolled through YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Hentai Haven, and I came across an OST composed by a certain composer. And after hearing it, I knew I had to fucking watch 86. It was only 12 episodes, so I was like, okay, let's watch it. So I turned on a Minecraft survival world because my brain is a TikTok infected brain, so I can't watch shit without playing a game. So I started my survival world and I started my binge on 86. And to my surprise, by the end of the season, I didn't place a single fucking block in that survival world. It's that fucking good, and I think I know why 86 is so good. So the premise of 86 is that there's a cyber war started by artificial intelligence that pushed humanity to the brink of extinction, and those with the silver hair genes, or those who have silver hair, they were deemed as humans, and everyone else with normal colored hair or red colored hair, blue hair, whatever, were deemed as non-humans, like they were lower than trash. And these guys were called the 86, thus the name 86. So my first thought was, what if these 86s would, they grew old and grew silver, like grey hair? Did they become part of the super race? Like, is that how it works? Anyways, to go against the super AI insect cyber war things, the super race, I'm gonna call them the super race, they decided to use the 86 as weapons of war, controlling mechs. Do you see the similarities here? Like I said before, 86 is basically Attack on Titan, with the Titans being mechs, the Malayans being the silverback gorillas, and the Eldians being the 86. It's worth noting that in this anime, only the military knows about the 86, and every civilian in the super race is under the illusion that the war is being fought with robots controlled by pilots in a safe spot, something like that. So I guess you can say that only the military is the bad guys in the first season. Anyways, our main character is Lena. She's a general pilot that is tasked with handling a squad of 86, which is known for its recklessness and its tendencies to cause the past handlers before her to commit seppuku, to do that stuff. The squad's leader, Shin, he's your average emo main character with a tragic past and a bad brother kink. Huh? I meant a big brother kink, which is not any better. The thing about Lena, which differs her from every other silverback gorilla, is that she actually empathizes, or is it sympathizes? It's one of those words. She actually feels bad for the 86 and sees them as people. Lena doesn't share the same ideals as her uncle, the general, or any other military officer. She actually sympathizes or empathizes with the 86. I'm not going to go into full detail about the anime because this isn't supposed to be me explaining what it's about, but basically, over the course of the first season, we see Lena and the 86 work together to fight off the AI and connect on a personal level despite their differences and their history. Also, I forgot to mention that throughout this entire season and the majority of the next season, Lena actually never meets the 86, so she is in a safe space in this big castle, and the 86 are on the outside fighting the war, so Lena actually doesn't know what they look like, and vice versa. So if you think about it, they are literally fighting a war through Discord. Before we get into why this anime is so good, there are a few complaints I do have about the show, a few nitpicks. The main thing is that it does get quite slow at times. There were some scenes that are forgettable as well. There were some times where I wanted to just fast forward or skip a sequence, but that's my TikTok brain thinking, and I kind of wanted to fix my brain, so I kind of forced myself to get through that scene, which is good. Another complaint, just a nitpick, is the use of CGI. I'm not one of those guys who completely throw away CGI. I actually like it if it's done well. Chainsaw Man, AOT, Kaiju number 8, called Lyoko all have good CGI. And although the CGI on 86 was not the absolute worst, it still looked pretty wonky, but it's not that bad. Like, I could tolerate it. That's about it, really. Now onto why I fucking love this show. Now, I never thought I'd say this about any show other than AOT or JJK or Overflow, but I love every single character on this show. From the whiny kid, to the guy with the scar, to the lab scientist, even to the big uncle general guy. Each character has a clear purpose and fulfills it quite well. Even Shin, your typical emo character with the big brother fetish, works really well. I love the scene where like he takes the emblems of his fallen comrades and like make sure to bring them to the end. It's kind of like Levi, like he kind of shares the same goal as Levi and the same morals as Levi from AOT. And even though the characters work really well alone, 86 works best, like it shines best in the Discord call scenes. The scenes where Lena just FaceTimes her squad, Lena being from the city, not knowing about the stars, shooting stars or nature, learning about the perspective and the lifestyle of her fellow soldiers in, the forest, and vice versa, the 86 going from hating Lena because she's just a princess pig to appreciating her and, loving her. Now, I didn't expect the bonding scenes to be my favorite scenes out of all in this anime. From the very first episode, you can tell how much the 86 love each other because, they are all they have. They are each other's family. And although they don't really show it in the beginning, the care and the respect that they have for Lena compared to their previous handlers is so clear and heart-wrenching that you want to see more of it. You will love these characters, and eventually you would rather see more scenes of them than actual fighting. Like me personally, I wouldn't mind a OVA or a 12-episode sitcom of the 86 and Lena just bonding together. Now, I'm kind of heading into spoiler territory here, so click off if you care about that stuff. But the entire premise of racism and prejudice, upheld so strongly in the first season, kinda gets ditched in the second season. And I'm saying that because it's actually a good thing. If the show's entire theme was about prejudice of the 86, we would just have another Attack on Titan. And we already have Attack on Titan, which, shows those themes so fucking well, so why would we need another Attack on Titan? The purpose of the first season was to teach that racism is bad, prejudice is bad, be nice to every race. And that's all we need. We still need to remember that this anime is about a war against AI, and that's all the second season is about. Now, there are consequences of the first season, although that entire story arc gets patched up by the time they go into actual war. And that's the big thing that they should focus on, Yes, racism is bad, but you're in a fucking war. I'm not saying that you should be racist because you're in a war. Wait, plus, the silverback gorillas kind of get what they deserve anyways, so, all's well that ends well. Also, don't be racist even though you're in war. Be nice to all races, yeah. Although there are minor inconsistencies throughout the entire show of 86, and there are some flaws or whatever, there is one thing that has been consistent from the very first episode to the very last episode. And that is the love and care from the studio itself. Something we don't see often nowadays is an anime that is treated with love and respect and just care for the original source material. Like, even though I'm a huge fan of Tower of God and Solo Leveling, I feel like I'm gonna get some hate for saying this, but I wasn't really impressed with the anime adaptations. It's still good, but I kind of expected more. With 86, it felt like more than just another anime to push out. It felt like a passion project, the way it was animated and the way it was directed. In the first season, how the first half is Lena's perspective and the second half is the 86 perspective. I just love that so much. And the final scene of the second season is what this entire show was building up towards. And the way that that they played it was just, it's so good. Like, you can tell they put their fucking anime pussy into that shit. And the soundtrack, don't even get me started on the fucking soundtrack. Anything Sawano touches just turns to fucking gold, I swear. Like, please touch me. So yes, although this anime isn't really anything special, it doesn't really reinvent the wheel. It's your typical 12 episode anime. 86 is definitely one of my most favorite animes that I've watched recently. Although that's not saying much because I've only watched 86, Soul Eater, and The Boys in the past 3 weeks. What I'm trying to say is 86 isn't shown enough love, and you guys need to fucking watch it. It's definitely a hidden gem, and although it isn't perfect, like it's not the perfect anime, It's still worth a watch, trust me, it's so fucking good. Anyways, that's been me. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go masturbate, and bye bye.